Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Kinect's 4-part swing clinic. So today what we're going to be talking about is rotation that we get through the trunk. And when golfers that have trouble with this walk into the clinic, they present in 2 big patterns. So pattern 1 is someone that lacks rotation through the middle part of their trunk. And what those golfers tend to come in with is problems with the shoulders and sometimes problems with the knees. The reason being is that they're missing that rotation, so they end up really swinging hard through their shoulders, or they'll end up torquing through their knee or their hip or their lower back quite a bit more to try to get that range. Downside to those people is they also tend to be stiff through the hips, so they're kind of doing double duty, getting it through their lower back, through their knees, and through their shoulders. They tend to have a really choppy swing. They tend to like to hit shots fat, because they're swinging down all the time rather than through. So that's one presentation. The other presentation that we typically see with golfers that are not controlling their trunk rotation means that they have it, they've got lots of range of motion, but they don't know how to use it. So these people tend to have a really long, but also very slow swing that they don't necessarily control. We tend to see them more with lower back problems just from kind of jarring through their swing. So if that sounds like you in either scenario, you're going to want to watch this video. You're going to want to tune in for these 4 exercises that you can work on at home to get your swing shipshape before things open up in Ontario. All right, today's first exercise is going to be what we call side-lying rotation. This is a pretty popular drill in the clinic. Most people that do it tend to like it, so hopefully you like this one. So what you're going to do, grab a yoga mat. You can do this on a bed too if you wanted. You're gonna lie on your side. So the important thing here, your bottom knee stays straight and your top knee is bent. And we're gonna bring that knee up towards the chest as far as you can. You're gonna extend both hands and bring them together. You can put a yoga block there if you want something to support your head. And then all you're gonna do is open. So the goal here is not necessarily to touch this hand down to the ground, it's to touch the shoulder down. So you're really going to focus on getting that rotation through the trunk. If you want to make this a little bit more difficult, you can concentrate on actively driving that knee down and driving this shoulder open, so you can get much more control in that drill. Or you can hold it and spend time stretching in that position. Knock out 15 to 20 reps per side, or spend a total of kind of 2 minutes per side and see how you feel afterwards. Okay, our next drill is a little bit of a more intense rotation drill that is another popular one at the clinic. So for this one, you're gonna need a broom handle. You could use a long golf club if you have one available to you right now, or in this case, I've got a PVC pipe. So what you're gonna do, start kind of kneeling like I am. You're gonna bring your hands as far apart as you can on whatever it is you're using. You know, if you're using a broom handle, it might not be quite this long, but palms are facing away. And what you're gonna do, come up onto your knees a little bit. You're gonna rotate over, plant one end of the stick down, and then you're just gonna sit back onto your heels and try to drop your shoulder down to the ground. So you can see I'm into quite a bit of rotation. You have 2 options. You can hang out there, or you can switch and alternate between the 2. Chances are you're gonna find that one side is tighter than the other. That's where you're gonna spend more time. Okay, so you shouldn't get pain in the front of the shoulder with this. If you are, try to keep yourself a little closer to the stick when you're rotating. And that will make that exercise feel better. So again, spend a couple minutes on it, up to 2 minutes aside, and see how you feel afterwards. The next exercise we're going to work on today is thoracic extension on a foam roller. So this is useful particularly in the foreswing, being able to extend your T-spine and get through the ball. So a foam roller is the most helpful tool you can have. For this one, you can use a rolled up towel. That's also an option. I've seen people use a couple coffee cans taped together in the past. This is my favorite though, so you can pick these up just about anywhere. So for the ladies, it's easy to landmark because you're gonna run this just basically right at your bra line. For the guys, middle of the rib cage. Knees bent, feet flat on the ground, hands behind the head to support the weight of the head so you're not having to hold it up the entire time. All you're gonna do, keep your butt on the ground and you're just gonna focus on dropping your shoulders towards the ground. You might get some snaps, crackles, and pops with this. That is just fine. The key is that I'm not just letting my belly button go up towards the ceiling, keeping a little bit of a core contraction here as I arch up. And then you can lift your butt up and slide either up or down to find another spot where you're tight. You can drop side to side, or you can just stay in one position. But you will find spots that are sore, tight, and that's what you're gonna work on. So give that one a couple of minutes, see how you feel afterwards. The last exercise for today is to help lock in all of this rotation that you've just gained. So you're gonna need your stick again, stick, broom handle, golf club, whatever you've got available to you. This time, you're gonna put it across your back. So you can bring your hands as wide as you need to make this easy on the shoulders. Stay tuned, that's the next episode. So, bar across the back, okay? You're gonna get into your driver kind of stance, knees bent, hinged forward, and all you're gonna do here is try to point the dowel all the way down at the ground. This is particularly helpful for our golfers that have a lot of range of motion and not a lot of control of it. You can hold for a couple seconds at the end. The other option for this, if you want to incorporate the shoulders, is that you can bring your hands down by your sides. And then what you're gonna do, same thing, this time you're gonna go through that rotation and you're gonna go wide into your backswing, come across, and go through. So you can add some arm movement with this drill, focusing on getting the shoulders all the way through. But spend a couple minutes on it, lock in the range of motion that we just gained, and we will see you next time. Next time we're covering the neck and the shoulder. So that'll be next week on the Connect Swing Clinic. Let us know how you're feeling at the end.